everyone, and here we are again. This is going to be a little different. I have bins and bins and bins of blasters, and I have a bin next to me that we are going to be going through here today, which is going to be nostalgia, parts. I have no idea what's really in this bin. This all kind of got boxed up when I moved the first time, which was a long time ago now. So we're going to dive right on in and see what's in this bin. So the first thing in here is my bin of parts. Now, this is going to be really useful because I have some parts behind me that I have to put in here and reorganize this to actually make it useful, because there's a lot of junk in here, it looks like. So a lot of it can just go. So we're just going to keep on going through this. This is going to be a minimal editing video, unlike my normal. This is the Rebel. I do not remember the name of this blaster, but it is the Retaliator of the Rebel world. Very short stock, which I'm really not a fan of these days. This is going to be maybe a parts blaster. Maybe I'll leave it alone. This has 3 springs in it, I think. At least 2. Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe I'll take the springs out and just leave it stock. Depends on how I feel about it, but that one might just become parts, which is the kind of goal of this, is to really go through this and see what's necessary and what's not. Clear, double clear, 12-round magazine. That's going to be sticking around. It has the nubs for the modulus flip thing. That will be staying. Obviously, we got to keep the rough cut. They don't really make these anymore. And it is in the blue, which is awesome. We have a side strike project that I tried to do back in 2018, which failed. You can see it's missing its barrel, but I have plans to fix that, so hopefully we'll get that done this year. The Elite long shot front gun, which obviously I have the Elite long shot itself, so that is obviously a keeper. That's not going anywhere. The Fortnite SMG. I left batteries in it, you guys. That's not cool. I bought this truly just because it's a Strifer skin, but I don't really want anything to do with it. It's kind of a different, I don't really like the grip. Anyway, let's just keep on going. This is my Bullpup Retaliator I built a long time ago. I don't even know. It does still work. So those of you who are new or haven't seen the video, this is just a cut down Recon stock. This is built out of Recon Retaliator parts on its own, minus 2 or 3 things. So stock, this is a Retaliator top slide for the cover, Retaliator top slide obviously. This is a Recon barrel or Retaliator, obviously they're the same thing, but anyway. And then this is a original Retaliator grip, because the grip obviously isn't here, it's up here. And on this side, we have a Raider access door and a Vulcan priming handle to give it the bullpup look, so you can do so. Stock Retaliator, but this was a really fun project. This is gonna get torn apart for parts, just because I have multiple Retaliators, and as you guys seen in a teardown video that we have fixed for this point, this might just get torn apart to be extra parts for that, because our trigger linkage is a coat hanger, and you can always use these for parts. So that's gonna go on the floor for parts. My crossbolt. This was pretty cool back in the day. Full clear 6 there. All locks removed because you just saw me prime it. Very heavy return spring. Modified string, no bow arms. The same side of the, or the other side of the Vulcan priming handle. So you can do that. And it retracts itself via the spring. So this was pretty cool. This was in my stock looking blasters, although it has no bow arms. So that is a keep for sure. That is a stock blue original Retaliator with no stock attachment point on it, which is weird. I have some in my bin, but Pretty interesting. So we'll end up fixing that one. We have the Night Strike V3 from way back in the day. That does not have an air restrictor, so I should not do that. I might be using parts from this to fix the other Fire Strike, just because this one was made to match the Straven that I tore apart. So that would be pretty fun to tear apart. So we'll leave that out. We have, Zombie Strike stuff. So chainsaw and axe. Not sure why those are in this bin, but whatever. Ooh, this was the pack when Coop 772 was doing the loot crate things. Keep calm and stay tactical. That's probably just gonna go. We have a vest that came with that. That's also just gonna go. I have no use for that. Wow, okay. Dark Tag Reverse Plunger. That is old. Pretty interesting though, that's still around. I'm gonna keep that just because of nostalgia and vintage, technically, these days. Oh wow. We have a couple of Spectre style stocks off the original, and this came off the Alpha Trooper. Both very interesting, I guess. I have an attachments bin somewhere, so I'm not sure why that stuff isn't in there. Okay, we have a modified, or I should say painted, Double Strike with battle damage or wear. I have no use for this, but the paint's good. I did a pretty good job on that, as well as logo removal. It's pretty impressive though, but that will probably just be a teardown. Oh yes, my Mega Magnus with its magazine, so it can hold 6 instead of 3 Mega Darts. Did not do the deep priming though, so that's weird. But that's pretty cool, huh? Completely ridiculous, but interesting, to say the least. All right, moving on. I don't remember the situation with this, but this is a hand-painted, like, mural on the side of this Persuader. Feels like maybe an O-ring. I don't remember. I didn't do this myself, so I have no idea. I mean, maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll just get rid of it. I'm not sure. But we'll just put it down there for now. Pack of blue teal rival balls. Aftermarket, obviously, from Headshot. Those were the guys back then. Everything's falling. Have a Condor hat, which is, I believe, is also from the Coop 772 pack back then. I'm not a fan of flimsy hats, so I might just take the patches off the back of it, which are Velcro, and just get rid of the hat. Keep those, because I have another one back there. Oh, this is a painted Spectre stock. Kind of cool. Like when I did soap masking, that was my soap masking trial, because all these pieces, they come off, so you don't have to paint the actual body of the stock. Pretty interesting. We have magazines, more magazines. This is the 25 round drum, right? I'm right on that, 25. Most likely, could be the 25 round drum. Doesn't say anything anywhere, but yeah, cool. Feel like that's probably more than that, but whatever. Drum, 10, 18. Very well used 18. This is from the Stampede because it says 18 max on it. And also it's not clear or half clear. So magazines, those obviously are a keep. I think in the end here we just have a bunch of attachments. So I'll bring the bin up. We have a sling, which was obviously a part of something else. So that's just going to go. Ooh, the Whip Blast. Interesting, from Boom Co. back then. You had your shields that the darts would stick to. Single shot, but to prime it, you obviously had to whip it, which is very interesting. Pretty cool. That will obviously be a keep. And scope, long shot scope, Demolisher stock. This, however, is a stock extension. Oh, that's what that was for. I remember. That had the stock extension on it. So you could put the Retaliator style stock back on, and it would actually finally be long enough to use. I 3D printed this way back when, and honestly forgot about it, but you can ramrod screws all the way down through to physically attach this. I don't think I ever did. I know I printed it in blue and then painted it in black. That's actually quite interesting and useful for a lot of things. Obviously, Retaliator, we have that. Retaliator parts, stock, barrel, and a lot of other stuff. I gotta put these down. We have the drum for something. I know this is a Adventure Force, Dark Zone, somebody drum. I don't know what that's to right now. And a lot of attachments. We have the stockade stock with the darts that I keep in the stockade stock because they get kind of worn in here. One of those barrels for the Retaliator is for this stock. It came with the Strife mission kit, which I still have the original Strife for. So I'm definitely keeping at least those parts. This scope that I could never figure out where it came from, but it does have plastic on the edges, so it's kind of harder to see through, but it sits on a rail and has a rail, which I thought was interesting back then. And obviously we have a painted Nitron scope, which I am going to literally just tear apart and get rid of because there's no point. I don't even think I have the blaster for it anymore. The original flip clip, which I do keep because they are pretty cool. This is the clear modulus illuminator blaster, the mag-fed one. I don't remember the name of that, but there's its barrel, which is pretty cool. One of my first paint jobs ever was this Side Strike. I actually entered a competition for paint jobs back in the day, and this won. I don't remember why or what it was for, but this was done with just Rust-Oleum black, and then done with orange detailing and silver detailing. A little bit of wear here and there, but I did everything. I haven't put a hole in the bottom of the plate so you could have an extra dart. Even though you already had two, you could have another one. And then it was done with a matte or semi-gloss clear coat. It's a little shiny, so probably a semi. But yeah, this actually won, and I signed it on the bottom. That was my logo back then. I signed it, and this actually won the competition, which got me the original Raven that I had, which was what we just made the Straven out of. We have the Rival scope, which is the red dot, if I remember. The batteries are dead, but obviously there's that. I wonder if this would fit Picatinny Rail. It might. I'll have to test that, because if this fits Picatinny Rail, that would be amazing. It's really heavy, though. That is honestly crazy. The rest of this is just attachments. The only thing that isn't an attachment is the bipod to the Elite Longshot, which doesn't need that anymore, but I keep it because you keep the Elite Longshot stuff. This is the plunger assembly to a Longshot. Still has its air restrictor, still has the hole in the side of it, but that is a aftermarket plunger rod. It's greased to high hell. So this has a spring in it. I don't remember what this would have been for, but I never did any of the normal stuff, which is drilling it out and plugging that hole. Stampede, bipod, bolt sled, attachments, another bipod, a painted barrel extension for a blaster that I still have. You could see this wasn't painted by me, but the lines don't match up. So that's just gonna go. There's a trash can underneath of me. And another 25 round drum, which is pretty cool. It says 25 max on it. That makes me wonder, .30. I was right. This is the 30 round drum. I knew something was off about these. And then last but not least is this knockoff phone holder. The only reason I kept it is because back when I was actually using these kind of things, I always wanted to get good camera feed, and I didn't have anything to really do that with. I didn't have a GoPro or anything like that. I don't know if this should fit the normal rail, right? I mean, it's tight. I need like an actual rail, not a weird thing. Alligator. It go this way, duh. It does lock into normal rail pretty good, but I never ended up using it because it's just one of those things, like maybe on the side of something, but it's sitting up top. That never worked. I might keep it just because. But that is the first bin of my junk, you could call it. A lot of it's just going to end up going. The attachments, I'll probably end up keeping because I have the blasters they go to. Maybe one day we'll be able to do something pretty cool like that. But for now, obviously, we're going to tear some stuff apart. Going to keep some stuff. And we'll really see how it goes. But this bin is going to get reduced quite a bit. As all this stuff had just kind of been sitting around, then got put into storage, got separated from what it's actually from. So that's kind of odd. I don't know how that happened. But there's a bunch more bins. So these are going to be scattered out over the next few months. As I slowly start to go through these things and pull things out and maybe be labeling things a bit better and find a better way to go through everything. That way it's actually usable and I can find things easier. If you guys like these kind of sorting videos and going through my old creations, let me know, because we can definitely do like a like an episode kind of thing. We'll just get a bin, go through some stuff, and go from there. I like it because I get to revisit all these things. Like, I don't think I ever went over the return spring on the crossbolt because I didn't think anyone would be interested in it, so I never did. Which I think I was right about, because especially at the time, I mean, no one really liked the stringer kind of thing anyway. So you guys let me know, and we can go from there. So thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, bros.